What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We have for the good reels, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the BrettMan's right over here. Chris is back with us underneath us, and we are.
Hold on, we gotta do it all over again. You forgot.
Get-
You gotta do the title that we're doing tonight.
Welcome to the Real with two E's March Madness of 2022, ladies and gents. You guys voted for it. We're doing 1980s movies. We're going to determine which movie from the 80s is the freaking true champion. We have 64 freaking movies to discuss, 32 matchups tonight, a ton of content to cover tonight, ladies and gents. It's going to be a really good time. Guys, how are you two doing today? Are you excited to get this thing started? We've been talking about it for some time.
Oh man, like this is so exciting, baby. Like I've been waiting for this my entire life. This is gonna be awesome, baby, with a capital A.
He's canceled.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get him out of here. If that's
don't just chainsaw me up like a freaking Leatherface.
I don't even want to talk about it. Thank God that.
Okay, but yeah, we're not going to talk about that tonight, like because we've already done our review on it, so be sure to check that out for our full thoughts on that. But we are here for real March Madness again, like I said last week on the pre-show kind of thing we did. This is a dream project just to do a tournament of this big proportions and to do with you guys. I'm excited. Like we've been talking about this since like January, and it's finally here.
Yeah, man.
We've been talking about this since January of last year. Actually, well, March of last year. Remember we originally had this idea. You know, we were pulling that fake foot out of when Brett got it stuck in his ass, and then we had the. You guys remember that? Yeah, and we were like, man, you know what would be cool? We put like March Madness into a movie form. You remember that? Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're here to do.
That was a painful recovery, man. But let me say hi to the chat. If then Brad, you'll just explain kind of like what the deal is. You know, the dealio.
Yeah, man.
We got Matt Fauci saying such a great idea. Oh, definitely. I'm just glad we were able to get this up and running, and we're so excited to continue it. Officially started tonight. And then we got Rob Kerr. What's going on, Rob Kerr? He filled out the bracket. We'll share off here in a few. Mega Movie C is the Wolfman. He also filled out a bracket. We'll be sure to share that off today. He goes, we are finally here. He cannot wait. One of the hardest tournaments ever.
Amen, Bubby.
Wait until next year, though.
Oh, God, wait till next year, indeed. And then we got Robert the Wolfman. What's going on, my friend? Kyle from Fleet Lives. What's going on? Gory Tiger. What is going on? Electronic Push that button for bass drum and the button for the snarl.
Oh, about that pace.
I love that bass drum, baby.
Hell yeah. And then we got Flame for Fluff, which he also filled out a bracket. And a lot of other people fill out brackets too. We'll be sure to share them off too. Anyone named Chris is a genius, so I'll probably agree with all of his picks.
Hey, Bubby!
Sure about that.
I'm excited to see what you guys picked here, man, because we don't actually know what each other's brackets. I mean, we've all three filled out our own bracket. Mine's here.
Yeah, and then Wolfman, stay tuned.
Your two brackets are probably going to be much more similar than mine.
I don't know, man. I think BrettMan's a freaking wild card. Like I've been telling everybody, I said BrettMan's a wild card. We don't know what he's going to vote because he's like he's got the meme. He's seen a lot of these movies for the first time.
Oh yeah, we're going to show off that meme right now because Flame for Flaps in the chat. This is something he made. Because I want to show this off because how freaking true it is. Welcome to Good Real Hunting, where the BrettMan watches the movies for the first time, so you do not have to.
Isn't it true? It's true though. It's true. It's like every day on Facebook. He's like, "Oh yeah, here we go. I'm going to watch freaking Aliens for the first time." Or I think you already saw that one, but
yeah.
you know, like
you know what I wouldn't give though to see some of these flicks with fresh eyes though, like I'd never seen them before.
Oh, dude.
Actually, I don't know. There's some of them though that have that nostalgia factor built in there. So
yeah, and I feel like that's where I'm gonna. That's where I'm going to affect some of these movies because you all probably have nostalgia for it, and the chat has nostalgia for. I don't have that particular nostalgia, so I will probably be doing some damage here in this tournament.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, man, I think it's going to be good. So obviously tonight's going to be our most filled episode of the bunch of the next few weeks because we got 32 matchups to discuss. We'll need to get started with that here pretty soon. But throughout that, we're going to be super busy trying to get through all these. So if we don't get to everybody in the chat, we apologize beforehand. We'll get to as much as we can. I think between kind of, it's separated into 4 different brackets. So between brackets, we'll try to go back and get any questions or anything, or at least a few of them. And
guys, when you're looking at the chat, if there's a particular comment, just star it, and we'll that's how we'll save the chats, like so we can address it later.
Yeah. Also, too, I know, like, if any of us have any trouble deciding between, we talked about this a little bit. If any of us had any trouble deciding between the two and just can't make a decision, we have a phone a friend option where we can poll the audience and we can pick their pick. We also will throw some polls out there just for the fun of it, and as well. And I think we're really excited to get you guys involved and get into this thing, man.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of polls, I already had one already with 9 votes. You ready for some real March Madness? 70% say absolutely. And then it's 30% because there was just one additional vote just added. 30% says hell yeah. So I think everybody is ready.
Okay.
Hell yeah, man. I'm stoked about it, man.
And then, you want me to show off the brackets real quick?
Yeah, briefly, and then
just briefly. Like we'll just say, hey, this is their bracket, this is who won, and then tomorrow on our Facebook page, I will post all those brackets where everybody gets to see those people's predictions. And Destiny, what's going on? I thank you for joining us. I know you got Instagram live show coming up at 8:00, so we appreciate you being here. And then for the first time, welcome Whipped Cream Head. What is going on, my friend?
What? Badass name, dude. And he's got whipped cream on his head.
What's up, Bubby?
How's it going? Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, so let's show off these brackets, and then we will officially get started. And also, there's our mascot for Good Real Hunting and for Real March Madness, Kiki.
Tell him, Kiki.
Mama.
Yeah. I know.
Speak into it directly.
Oh. She's gonna be the tiebreaker.
Literally, that is the coolest cat in the history of cats, I tell you.
I could get a tie with 3 people.
But anyways, Nick Cooling, he did a bracket and he picked the Terminator to win it. We got Josh from Ken Blood Media. He did a bracket. He picked the Empire to win it. The J-Man did a bracket and he picked the First Blood to win it. And with Nightmare on Elm Street as in the final, which I kind of saw that coming. But you know what? Great choices. Destiny even did a bracket to get in on the fun, and she picked Back to the Future. That is a strong pick as well with how people love that movie.
I thought for a second she had First Blood in there, dude. I got excited.
Bacon Pew Pew. He did First Blood as his projected winner. Rob Kerr filled one out. He picked The Empire Strikes Back to win, which I'm pretty sure that it would be a popular pick for a lot of people. And then the Wolfman also picked The Empire Strikes Back with him being a big Star Wars fan. Flamethrower Fluff picked The Nightmare on Elm Street to be the king of the 80s, which that is a great one. And Darren over at the Slaughter Lamb did a freaking bracket. That's awesome for him. And Frank did one too. Darren picked Back to the Future. And then Frank, he did this by rewatch value. That's how he filled out his bracket. So he did Superman 2.
Superman 2.
Big surprise win. And then
hell yeah.
I'm not even sure who this Michelle person is, but she picked The Shining to win it all.
Oh,
that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, good. Very nice. Very good taste there. Very good taste.
Oh, yeah. So checking the chat real quick. And like Brad said, we'll do our best to keep up with the chat. We're not ignoring you intentionally. It's just we're going to have to get through 32 matchups. All right. I think we are good at the... Yeah, I think we're good at the moment. So without further ado, are you ready to start the tournament?
Yeah, whip up that. We'll start with the top left bracket. If you want to pull it, you have that. We can pull that up real quick just to kind of let people know we're starting.
Yeah. So this is the top left bracket. We'll let you just get familiar with it just for a second, and then 2 more comments came in. So, and Destiny said she likes seeing people's handwriting. just to make fun of them if they're bad, or just like appreciate people handwriting them out? Because I like to handwritten them out, but I'm just in a rush, so I just did mine through Canva.
Heck yeah, man. Okay, so I think we're ready to go ahead and get rocking and rolling with this thing. Do you want to go ahead and just start things off?
All right. Just first off, let me say, ladies and gentlemen, let the real March Madness 2022, the first tournament, officially begin. And we're going to start it off with The Empire Strikes Back versus Friday the 13th. So, I say let's just do it like Brad, me, Chris, and then we'll do our final vote. So, just like briefly, just talk about these 2 minutes. Like again, very briefly.
It's a tough matchup, man. I mean, I honestly I think there's a clear winner for me here, but Friday the 13th comes in here. Obviously, it has a tough first round opponent. That sucks for Friday, but I gotta say, Friday is such a freaking it did so much for us. We all love Friday the 13th. Classic freaking in the genre. We love it, man. We had such a good time talking about those movies last year. There's not too much to say about this as a matchup, but I think that obviously Empire Strikes Back is just freaking. It's one of the best movies of all time, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, for sure, man. And Empire Strikes Back, like, just not only just does like pretty much provide the ultimate example of what a sequel movie should be on how to do a sequel properly. So yeah, freaking, it's just Star Wars, man. And Friday the 13th, love it. It busted down the damn doors of the horror genre with the violence part of the side of everything, and to bring back the campy feel. It kind of started a reemergence of the camp horror genre. But it's sad though. It's ranked number 16 as a 16th seed, because I feel like it should be higher compared to some of the other movies on here. But I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm going with Empire, like not even close.
Yeah, man, I'm not even going to expound too much on either one of those. You guys pretty much said it all already. I think that as much as I love Friday, it just drew a tough opponent, man. I mean, there's no beating. I put it up against so many other flicks in here, and I would have picked it. But against Empire, man, it's no contest. It's Empire. Come on.
I concur. I think, and you're bang on, man, because I think there's only a handful of movies that could possibly even beat Empire on this whole list. Friday is just not one of them. I'm going with Empire too.
Alrighty, so we got 3 straight on the Empire train. So Empire Strikes Back will officially advance. Yeah, that was a fatality. Yeah, fatality.
You need to get the fatality symbol up there, man.
Dude, we need to get a soundboard. Yeah, fatality. All right, so next up, who will face Empire in the next round? And that will be RoboCop as the 8th seed will take on the Blues Brothers, the 9th seed. And, this is a little bit of a unique matchup. So, Brad, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Both classics in their own right. To me, RoboCop has always been one of my in my top 10, my top 15 at least movies of all time. It's one I've grown up with. Absolutely love it. The grittiness of it, how brutal it is. It's a rarity. The special effects that went into it. Freaking Ed 209 blowing people out windows. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That all that stuff is great, man. I don't have a lot to say.
Arnold was in it.
Yeah, I think that's who they wanted.
For this one, it's an easy decision for me, though. I'm just going to go ahead and go RoboCop. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a pretty solid pick. And real quickly, because first time on the channel, what's up, Rick Bolden? How are you doing, my friend? And
what's up, baby?
And then Horhead Heather, what's going on, my friend? Big supporter of the channel. But yeah, pretty much in a way. The Blues Brothers, it was fun. It was entertaining. It gets you like in a little bit of a dancing rhythm, all that. But just like it's just based mainly on rewatch value on this particular matchup. It's just what it did for me on first watch. It's freaking RoboCop, man. It's just so awesome, futuristic. I love the little like commercials they freaking do with it. Just being so unique, and it's so damn violent too. Like I forgot the number of times like they had like to reduce it just to get to the rated R rating. But yeah, just for me, it's RoboCop.
Yeah, man. We talked about the nostalgia factor earlier, and I think that comes into play here. I did see the Blues Brothers when I was younger, but I grew up with RoboCop, man. It was one of my favorites when I was a kid. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste a bunch of time. We got to keep it moving. So RoboCop.
Alrighty, I'm just writing this down real quick. Guys, be sure to see if there's a particular thing you want to address in the chat, just star it and we'll get to it. Because I know the chat is banging. We got 11 people in here. You guys are awesome.
Woo! While you're writing, I'll just whip Creamhead says dead or alive. It's advancing to the next round. Got that right, man. Got that right.
All right, but yeah, speaking of the next round, this is going to be a little bit of an interesting matchup, battle of the horror genre.
What? Flamethrower was spot on. Red Foreman is one of the main characters. He's the villain of RoboCop, and here he is with whipped cream on his head. I mean, I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, go ahead, BrettMan.
Dude, that's awesome. We love unique names on the channel for sure. But here we go. This is for the horror fans in general. We got the Evil Dead 2, the 5 seed, going 1-on-1 with the Lost Boys, the 12 seed. So, Brad, do you want to go ahead and just tell us what is on that? What's going on the mind in there?
Yeah, these are both a hell of fun movies, man. Obviously, Evil Dead 2 comes in with a change of tone from the first movie going into the horror comedy route. Lost Boys is a great freaking, vampire movie with Corey Feldman and just a blast to get through. Kiefer Sutherland, great times. Again, this is one that I'm sticking with. The basics, I'm going to go Evil Dead on this one.
Oh, okay. And
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, I saw again, just like I've met this particular YouTuber like last Friday, and she's just been awesome. We've been talking a good amount. My Killer Podcast and Mel, what's going on, Mel? And no, that's okay. You can still watch and have a good time with us. We just appreciate you being here. I know she is a big 80s fan.
I still do brackets too. They're still available on Facebook. Go ahead and fill it out for the fun of it and send it in to us because we want to see what it looks like anyway. We'll still share it. And everything.
And if you just keep true to it, like if you see a result we did, but if you just do your opinion, that's awesome, and we'll still count it. But like I'll be able to tell. But anyways, Evil Dead 2 versus the Lost Boys. The Lost Boys, it is a damn good, fun vampire movie. I really like it. Plus Corey Feldman being in there, being Corey Feldman and all that. However, it was just good. But if we're talking about which is better, oh man, you gotta go with Evil Dead 2, man. Like, there's so many damn memorable moments, and this is the movie that Sam Raimi wanted to make originally. So he finally got to do his vision on that, and just Bruce Campbell freaking going batshit crazy with like the kitchen scene cutting off his own hand, and then just all the items in the room laughing, going, like, dude, like it's so damn awesome. I could just those two sing alone. Beat the Lost Boys in my opinion. So I'm going with Evil Dead 2.
There again, man. Not going to waste a lot of time bringing up the rear here.
The rear.
The rear, man. I'm the last one to go, so I'm not going to waste too much time. Yeah, it's Evil Dead 2, man. I mean, I love the Lost Boys. There's Kiefer Sutherland's character in there, man. It's fantastic. A lot of memorable quotes and things in there, but Evil Dead 2, man, was such a fun ride, dude. I mean, it's so iconic and everything that 80s horror was about, man. So it's got to be Evil Dead. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
So let's go ahead and just go straight to the next matchup. And this is probably where I'm going to be pissing some people off. So we got Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap as the 4 seed going up against National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Brad, go right ahead.
I was just thinking, since Chris, let's not make Chris go last every time. Let's rotate clockwise for who goes first. If you want to, Brett.
I'm just the middleman.
You start us this time, Brett, and then Chris will go second. And then
okay, sure. I'm just not, again, like I'm not going to waste time on this. And Spinal Tap, I didn't get it. I guess that's just not a particular movie for me. I like the music in it, like kind of like the score in it, like with the rock and roll. I know it's a freaking musical, but like the comedy aspect of it, I just didn't get it. But just that's why I'm going with Christmas Vacation, because it's a lot more memorable. It's so much damn fun. The Granny going, I pledge allegiance to the flag. I'm saying grace, and the Rockets red glare. Singing the national anthem at the end of the movie. So damn great. I'm picking Christmas Vacation.
Good pick, BrettMan.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to disagree too much. I like this is Spinal Tap for what it is, really. I hadn't watched it in a long time. Went back and rewatched it. I still enjoy it, but I can't go against how iconic Christmas Vacation is. I mean, it's in my top 5 Christmas movies. I watch it almost every Christmas. I think I watch it every Christmas. So I mean, you can't go against how iconic it is. Gotta go vacation, man.
Yeah, man. I freaking Spinal Tap cranks it up to 11, 100%. This round's already over, but I just wanted to say Spinal Tap is fantastic. But Christmas Vacation, I watch every freaking year, and I have for so long, and I always will. So it's getting the win, and that's going to be our first upset of the bracket.
Woo! Can Christmas Vacation beat the Cinderella Story?
Ooh! Of one of the brackets that was turned into me, I think it was the actual winner. So it's possible. You never know.
Hell yeah. And J-Man saw you in the chat. What's going on, J-Man? So let's go ahead and go to this next matchup here. And this is a little bit of a unique matchup. We got Platoon as the 6th seed going up. Shit. I was doing so good with these movie names too. But anyways, I'm going up against Fright Night as the 11th seed. So Chris, you want to start us off here?
Yeah, Bubby. Man, I love Fright Night. This one and the remake, honestly. It was super good, but Platoon, there again, man. So iconic, so many great characters, great performances in there. And honestly, the death scene there, one of the most iconic death scenes of all time. But honestly, it's just a great flick, and I think I actually appreciate it a lot more now that I went back and rewatched it. So, Platoon, man, gotta be.
Ooh, okay. It's a good movie. But I'm a little picky on these war movies, so you really have to do something for me in order to really like a war movie. Platoon actually is a good war movie, but not so fast, Chris. Fright Night I am picking because it's my favorite vampire movie of all the horror genre. It's just so much damn fun. I forgot the main guy who plays Jerry and the main vampire. That guy is awesome. He's also the prince in The Princess Bride, which we'll get into that matchup later with Princess Bride. But yeah, I'm picking Fright Night, dude. And I don't think it's even close.
What a freaking upset from the BrettMan here, man. Okay, we finally got a split decision here. And it's coming down to the B-Man over here. So, I think Fright Night is hella fun. It's one of the better vampire movies, up there with Lost Boys, kind of the same vibes. It's it's got it's a fun watch every time. It goes by fast. You can watch it every year. It's a great time. However, freaking
wait, Destiny, come on.
However, am I still on? Everything's still good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. However, Platoon, I think, to me, is one of the better war movies of all time. I think it's Oliver Stone comes in. It's the most realistic Vietnam movie that, unfortunately, it's the most realistic Vietnam movie that we have out there, showing that, America's not always the good guys in these situations, and showing some of those, there's two sides of the coin and all this other stuff that kind of went on. It's a very dark and gritty movie. Very well made. The cast alone for me has got this thing proceeding to the next round. I'm going Platoon.
Ooh, okay. Well, dang gum, I try, guys, but Platoon. God, why can I not say that damn word? Anyways, it advances, and I just saw a. Thank you, Destiny. It's Chris Suradon. God, see, I even mess up. Yeah, I mess up that one too. You know me, I freaking botch everything I do. So let's go ahead.
That's not true, Brett, man. You do a lot of good things.
Yeah, Bubby.
I try, but I know Brad's going to appreciate this particular matchup. We got The Shining against the Man of Steel Superman. So Brad, it's The Shining, the kryptonite to Kyle. Wait, what? Fuck that. No, for the Superman. I was trying to be funny.
It is the kryptonite to Kyle. I don't know if it is the kryptonite to Superman or not, but Kyle is getting kicked out and booted out. No, yeah, it's The Shining, man. Come on, I'm not even going to waste my time with this one. This is Shining all day.
Nuts! No, I'm just messing with you. Superman, just to me, is an overrated hero anyway. And The Shining with Jack Nicholson. Here's Johnny. Here's The Shining. The Shining.
Sorry, Frank.
Yeah,
man.
So his bracket's busted.
J-Man too, right? J-Man picked Superman. He said,
"Yeah, he did. 100. Yeah, man, come on, The Shining. This is one of the first reviews I think that we ever did, or at least that I was ever participated in on this channel, was us doing The Shining. I mean, we've been sucking this movie's dick since the very beginning. So, I mean, we all love it. You know, it's one of the best of all time, the most iconic horror movies. It's, you know, fatality. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's not even close. But Superman 2, I'll just be honest with you, it bored me.
It's old school, man. It's old school. Frank is in the tank, man. He's upset about it.
Hi, Frank.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm sorry.
Man. Yeah, we'll take the unsubscribe. We just still want you to be our friend.
Just come back later. It's all good.
All right, but damn, we got a tough matchup right here. It's just really just what you're feeling at the day. We got The Fly versus The Goonies. Brad, you went first. I guess this is my turn.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. God, that's tough, man. Because The Goonies was recently a first watch for me, as a lot of other, like pretty much half of the movies on here. But The Goonies is such a fun time. Again, Corey Feldman, I feel like he's in every damn kid movie possibly imaginable. Like, I bet you release a kid movie in 2022, Corey Feldman will find a way to be in there as a kid. However, I love The Fly. I think it has amazing practical effects. Jeff Goldblum, amazing performance. I've just seen the transformation of his character, like not only physically, but like character driven too. So I'm going with The Fly.
I like it, BrettMan.
Interessante. Am I going next?
Yes.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, yeah, man. I actually just rewatched The Fly a couple nights ago. Much better than I remember. Actually, a lot better than I remember. But I grew up with The Goonies, man, and watched it a lot. Like, it was one of those flicks I had, like on VHS, you know, and I would go home and watch it every day after school. I would go home and put it in. You know, I wasn't paying attention to it. You know, it was just like what was on the TV. Grew up with it, and actually, oddly enough, funny personal story. The night I had heart surgery a couple of years ago, and I had to spend a night in the hospital, and the fucking Goonies was on, man. So it means a lot to me. Goonies, dude. Goonies all the way. Come on.
Oh, so Brad, you just got another tough one right there. Oh, so it's up to you.
Come on, okay. God damn it.
Okay, man, dude, this is a tough one. The Fly's great. I really enjoyed it. Good, fantastic practical effects. Some of the best effects you'll see up there with freaking, you know, the other one, the American Werewolf in London, which we'll get to. Mm-hmm. But man, oh man, Dennis Kananowitz, the freaking bobsled guy. I'm gonna go with I gotta go with The Goonies here, man. It's one of the best coming. It's one of the best coming of age movies of all time. You
just got yourself a hand job, brother.
Yes. I've been waiting for a moment like this.
I'm officially out here.
Come on back, Brett.
No, I gotta come back because you can't do this without me or have my vote in it. So the last matchup at the top left bracket, we got Raging Bull versus 007, The Living Daylights. So Chris, I believe you're first on this one. Who are you going to pick? Are you going to pick the bull or are you going to pick the gun?
Interesting, man. You know,
I like that question, BrettMan. Good job.
I like the like both of these flicks a lot, really. But I come back to, you know, what seems more iconic, seems like the better flick to me. And as much as I love James Bond, the J's Light, I believe, James Bond, I love Raging Bull, man. I hadn't seen it, honestly, since, you know, in over 10 years, I know, because I remember watching it like around in film school. And so it's been over 10 years since I've seen it. Went back, rewatched it. Honestly, appreciated it more now than I did then. So Raging mega huge for me. I mean, Raging Bull for me, dude.
I like the pick, man. I do. I like the freaking A, man. It is iconic. This is one of the first times that. Is this the first time that we get the De Niro and Pesci combo? Or were they together in Mean Streets? I can't remember.
I believe this was the first time.
I thought Pesci was in Mean Streets. God damn it, Rick! You hate James Bond. Sorry, I had to put that in there real quick.
Obviously, it's amazing. It came out in 1980. They still made the conscious decision to go black and white, which is kind of cool. It can turn some people away, whatever. I like it. I think it was a good decision. Great performance from De Niro, one of the best of all time. But I'm a freaking Bond fanatic, man. I really am. I love Bond. Living Daylights, I find to be one of the better Bond films in the bunch. So I'm going with my biggest upset here, a 15 seed over a 2 seed. I'm going Living Daylights.
Ooh, damn!
And Timothy Dalton is one of my favorite Bonds out there too. I think this movie is
super
so much
underrated.
fun.
Honestly, I love Timmy D, man.
And I credit this to the rewatchability of it. You know, Raging Bull is it's a perfectly made. Objectively, it's a better movie. But for me, I just want to go. It's not one I can watch every year or every 2 years. Like it's like a once a decade kind of thing.
I could get behind that. Obviously, I watched it twice in 12 years.
All right, I am getting a poll question ready because we're getting ready to close the hit like pretty much the first brick wall of the entire tournament. So I'm getting that question prepared. But okay, it's down to me: Raging Bull or The Living Daylight. The Living Daylight. Timothy Dalton. I agree with Brad. I think he's one of the most underrated Bonds. Out of everybody that got to play the character 007. He just brings kind of like a different style, like a rough style to the Bond character, which I really truly appreciate. However, don't think Timothy Dalton can fully carry this movie to what is good about Raging Bull. I'm okay on the black and white. You had to really get me interested in Raging.
It gives you wings.
Raging Bull just barely gets me.
I'm sorry, Brett.
That's
Hell
okay.
yeah, Red Bull, baby.
Fuck me. But Raging Bull just barely does enough to get me interested, to get me invested. Living Daylight is just one of those Bond movies. I just don't think it could just quite get up the ramp of what it could be. So Raging Bull, I'm going with the win.
Oh, BrettMan, that was going to be the Cinderella story, man. God. Oh, come on.
Sorry,
it's all good. It's all good, man. Yeah, Raging Bull blows this out of the water. Living Daylights really doesn't have any business even being on here. We just had to include Bond, so we picked the best one from the 80s and threw it in there.
So by the way, right before we get to the bottom left, the real March Madness 2022 is sponsored by Red Bull. Red Bull. I'm just kidding. No, it's not. That was not a paid promotion. But so let's go to the bottom left side of the bracket. We'll keep this up here just for a minute so you all can get acquainted to some of these matchups we're about to dive right into.
Now, is this left bottom?
Fucking A.
That was me, BrettMan. That was my
hell
best
yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah, that was Brad. That's Brad that said that, not you.
To go for some of these quick comments real quick, Desi said it was hard filling this out, not seeing half of these movies. Trust me, you and me both, because I've seen half of these. And then let's see here. Whipped Cream Head said it's okay, Desi. Brett apparently hasn't seen any movies either. That is fucking true. The Fright Night remake is so underrated. Damn right it is. Yeah. And also she says, these matchups are so unfair. How do we choose? Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough. So, it is tough, man. We have the toughest matchup, in my opinion, the first round coming up right here. The second one of this next bracket.
Oh yeah. So I say without further ado, let's freaking get right into it, man. Number 1 seed, Aliens, goes 1-on-1 with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. And we're not talking about 2022. We're talking about Part 2 from 1986. So, Brad, you want to go ahead and kick this thing off?
Texas Chainsaw 2, I'm a fan of it more so than a lot of people. I love the tone they went with. I thought it was a really fun time. But, I mean, Aliens all day, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to save I'm just going to save everybody's time, man. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I don't like just the complete opposite of the feel, like just with the comedic tone. Carolyn Williams does a good job in her role in that movie, but it's freaking Aliens all day, every day. So I'm just going to go ahead and reward it to Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste a lot of time, man. Texas Chainsaw 2, it has its moments, and it definitely isn't the worst of the franchise, but Aliens, man, so iconic, so groundbreaking. Fucking love it. I actually just bought it on 4K recently. Absolutely, yeah, Bubby, fantastic. Still love it as much as I ever did. Aliens, fatality.
Alrighty,
Bane wins.
So let's go ahead and go to the first brick wall of the tournament. And what I mean by brick wall, that this is going to be so damn impossible to choose. That's what I mean by brick wall. And that is going to be Predator versus Rambo First Blood. Holy freaking crap. And right now at 9 votes, it's 78% Predator. Which
they drew First Blood.
Sorry, that was Danny DeVito, and it's always sunny.
But yeah, just like I'm surprised what that many votes for Predator over Rambo. But I'll go ahead and just kick things off. I love both movies. I think both movies are absolutely great. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone just do such a great job with their main character roles of both of their representative movies. Just here's what's going to be pretty much the difference maker. And I've told Brad about this with First Blood. First Blood, the last act, the third act, not as actiony as I want it to be. It's mainly just more character driven story with Sylvester Stallone and his speech at the end. That's what saved the movie for me with that third act. But the Predator, man, that damn third act between Arnold Schwarzenegger against the Predator, so damn fun. And dude, so freaking fun, man. So I am going to pick Predator.
Ooh, Chavo.
Da, da, da.
Is it my? Are you going, Brad? Or you want me to go?
Technically, it's your turn. If you want me to go, I will. I'm glad to.
No, man. Okay. I'll try. I can get in here, man. I love Rambo, and it's as good as it ever was. When I went back and rewatched it, I thought I was worried because I thought maybe it'll lose something, but honestly, it was as good as it ever was. But when I went back and watched Predator, I didn't like it that much, but then I went on the rewatch. I really, I liked it a lot. There's no getting around it. Jesse Ventura, I mean, he's got a damn hoss in the entire movie. Arnie Schwarney is out there just fucking blasting aliens all over the place. And I mean, God, there's so much muscle and sweat in there, man. If it doesn't give you a man boner by the end of it, then you're not human. So, Predator, man. It's got to be Predator. Sorry.
No!
Oh, damn. Brackets.
Oh, I knew
I
it had
just
to
letting
happen.
you know right now. Brackets busted.
I know, man.
I knew it had to happen. I knew it had to happen, man. I knew it had to happen. But look, man, I love Predator as much as the next guy. I think it's great. Arnold's in there. Stick around. He's having a good time. Get to the chopper. You could just throw it. It's constant. He's having a really good time, man. But yeah, it is. It is just a bunch of meats. Bunch of meat, man meat in there. Bunch of meat sweats. But this is meat.
It's a bunch of meats flapping around.
A lot of meat in this thing, man. It's a sausage party, and that's exactly what it is. And it's good. The story's good. I love the freaking creature of the Predator is awesome. But First Blood just has so much more to offer in a way of character development and story and actually saying stuff behind the scenes, thematic language, all of that stuff is there in this movie, talking about all kinds of different things that behind the scenes, the depression and PTSD and police brutality and all this stuff. And at that moment when Stallone breaks down at the end of the movie, it's one of the best performances we've ever had from Stallone, period, man. And that whole thing with him going against the cops in the jungle, it's amazing. But I rest my case. It loses. I just wanted to go ahead and say that I am a supporter of First Blood.
And it's not that I don't love it for the record. I hadn't seen either of these in a while, and when I went back to rewatch them, I just had more fun with Predator. That's it for me.
Yeah.
Not that I discount First Blood or anything like that. It's still great. I just had more fun with Predator this time around, maybe.
Yeah, and it's just like for me, just the biggest difference because like both the first act and the second act, both of these movies tied on that. It's just when we get to that third act, and just like what I expected, what I wanted in a third act for out of both of these movies, The Predator definitely delivered on the action-packed side. While First Blood, it delivered on the big character or emotional moment of Stallone going like, "I want to go home," and I'm like, "You can't, you got no legs, like you got no legs.
I can't find my fucking legs."
Yeah, like just all that. It's just so heartbreaking too. But just like what led before that kind of disappointed me just a hair. If any ever matchup in this 8 or 9 seats that we have here, I would probably more likely go First Blood. It's just unfortunately it just drew the short end of the stick right here, and that's why I picked Predator.
It's a tough matchup, man. Tough matchup.
Mm-hmm. And I feel sorry for Alien in the next week of the stream
because I'm sorry, J-Man, dude. I tried.
Yeah, I know. So Bacon and
fucking A, man. Y'all are gonna guilt trip me into some shit over here. I lament my decision. No, I'm kidding. I'm good.
Yeah.
I feel confident with
but yeah, real quickly, I just speaking of Bacon, he made that awesome good the real March Madness logo. I forgot to mention that last week. So Bacon, I apologize for that. So Bacon, thank you so much for making that badass logo for us.
It's
yes,
awesome,
sir.
Man.
Thank you, man.
Very
we appreciate it.
So let's go ahead and go on to the next matchup. I know that's a little hard to see, but that is the Breakfast Club, and it gets to go one-on-one with probably what's being considered now a humongous cult following of John Carpenter's is Big Trouble in Little China. So, Chris, your thoughts?
Fuck, you're gonna make me go first? Nah. This is another one just like the first matchup that we had, where one of these I think is so iconic it's in my top 10. The other one is so, yes, Rick, come on, Bubby. Yeah, I mean, I love Big Trouble in Little China. I really thought that it's so much fun. I think I probably love it more than either of you. And it holds up, man. I watched it when I was a kid and thought it was awesome. Went back and rewatched it recently, and I think that it holds up. But The Breakfast Club is iconic to me. The character development in there, everything that it had to say was really important to me when I was younger, and it still rings true today. So Breakfast Club, man. Come on.
Alrighty.
Come on, man.
So Brad, go right ahead.
Big Trouble in Little China. I like it. I just couldn't really after 30 minutes, I kind of got tired of it. It got boring after a while for me. And I hate to say that. I like it. John Carpenter's the man. The score was good, but for me, Breakfast Club is so good. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies from the 80s. And Emilio with his lunch, man, that's my goal every day, man. If I had a lunch bag that big, I'd be really happy. So yeah, let's go with Breakfast Club.
All right, and I'm not going to waste time just because Big Trouble in Little China, it's just too wacky and too out there for me. So I was one of those haters probably back in the 80s that hated on this movie. I would have been one of them. But The Breakfast Club, I consider that one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so damn great, so damn classic. So I'm going with The Breakfast Club.
Man, Frank is not happy with us at all.
I know, Frank. I feel really bad about this. He's such
Dude,
a nice
I know,
guy,
just because the friggin' Slaughterland talked so good about our channel on their live stream Friday, and now I feel like the biggest prick in the world.
I know. Now we're taking away his dreams. I don't know how Darren's bracket's doing. Hopefully, it's doing better.
And right before we move to the next round, I see 3 brand new people onto this channel, so I want to give them shout outs real quick. We got Rob Cannon. Damn, gotta be First Blood.
Rob ain't new.
Oh,
he's the GOAT.
And then let me pronouncing this probably way wrong, so I apologize. Casteller Garcia, Big Trouble in Little China. Go Jack Burton. Yeah, definitely Jack Burton is a fun character because all he cares about is freaking Truck Man. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's just everything else about the movie is just a no for me. And then Liz R, The Breakfast Club. And welcome to the channel, Liz R, and you 3 awesome people. Welcome.
Welcome to the parties.
And then let's go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Brad.
No. I was just spitballing here, man.
Okay. Here, let me get that coming real quick. Okay, so we got Scarface. This is probably one of our more unique matchups at the tournament. We got Scarface, dark, serious mob tone, going one-on-one to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Right on. So, Brad, you want to go first on this?
Wow, man.
Yeah, or am I going first on this one?
Please, someone isolate that audio.
You know what? I'm going first, so I could just keep saying. But however, just the music tone, it falls flat on this particular matchup, foe. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is such a damn fun movie. I was surprised with myself with how much fun I had in it. And Keanu Reeves is just such a damn goofy dude, man. But however, Scarface, man, my first time watch on it, I just think it's absolutely great. Just compared to for this matchup, Ted and Bill's Excellent Adventures is what we call a cockroach. So Scarface all day.
Brad, you up or am I up? Is it me? Is I go?
Yeah, your turn.
Yes. Yeah, man, I don't disagree with anything you said there. I love Bill and Ted. I'll always go back to the well and keep watching those. Have so much fun with them and have for many years. But Scarface is so iconic. It's kind of one of a kind. And God damn it, if they remake it, I am going to shit a chicken. But outside of that, just so many great performances and so iconic. It's got to be Scarface.
What if they remake it with Al Pacino, though, coming back for the role?
Al Pacino? And there's no fucking way he would ever come back. Dude. It'll be somebody like
Al Jalapeno.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Scarface all day here, man. I love Bill and Ted, but Scarface is got to win this one, man. It's a freaking amazing perfection movie here.
Oh,
where the fuck did that come from, Al Pacino, never mind. Al Jalapeno. Where did you even get that?
I don't know. It just rhymed, and you know me, punny people rhyme.
You should hear.
Wait,
Mickey L.T. alert. I'm sorry,
Chris. I hear something. What the heck? Why are we hearing jingle bells right now? I'll tell you why. Battle of the Christmas games, right? Or matchup right here. We got a Christmas Story going 1-on-1 with Gremlins, and I think this is going to be a very jolly matchup. So, Chris, we'll go with you first. Who do you got?
You know what, man? This might be a little bit of an upset here. So, A Christmas Story. I want to say, look, Gremlins is a lot of fun, right? And I think that it is underrated because there's so many great Christmas flicks out there. I think it often gets overlooked, and that's why I'm picking it. Because I have never understood A Christmas Story. I just never understood it. The fascination with it. It's just not that great to me. So Gremlins a lot of fun, and it blends a lot of shit in there. So Gremlins, man.
Look,
Gremlins, okay.
I like the pick. I do. Gremlins is a great time. It's a fun time. If it were maybe like 20 minutes shorter, I would go Gremlins. But I'm going to go Christmas Story here, man. Just for the sake of how this is one that I used to watch every Christmas. I don't really do it anymore. Obviously. You can only watch it so many times, and it's 24 hours for every Christmas, every day on TBS or whatever channel it comes on. But it's such a big impact, and I think it's a really well written story. I think having the story kind of narrated from the kid's perspective and everything is really cool. And man, it's a classic. It's one that I've seen many times. So I'm going with A Christmas Story here today.
Oh, so damn, it's going to be up to me. So. Who am I going to go with? I'm going to go with Welcome to the Channel Nugget. Am I going to go with Gremlins? Or am I going to go with Cole with The Christmas Story? Like, it's tough decisions, man. Just because A Christmas Story, it's like you can't mention like a Christmas movie without having at least a discussion about A Christmas Story, man. Like, because come on, like, okay, hey, kid, you shoot your eye out. Or, fuck, like, where did you learn that word? Like, put a bar of soap in your mouth. Like, dude, like, there's just so many classic, like, moments and just, like, it's just stuck in your memory just because probably TNT plays this damn movie all the damn time. So, like, you have to pick it.
Don't forget about the Santa Claus.
So fast.
Oh!
Damn! Gremlins. All right.
Last year was the first, in December was the first time watch for me on the Ether Files podcast channel, and I love that little bastard called Gizmo. And everybody just going apeshit crazy at the bar and all that. Like, just the Gremlins at the bar was just so damn fun. It's just the whole movie is fun. Again, Corey Feldman's in it again because he's in every fucking kid movie imaginable. So I'm going with the upset pick because I think A Christmas Story is the most overrated movie of all time. I'm picking Gremlins.
I like it. It's a good upset. It's an upset. It's what's an 11 seed over a 6 seed, so that's a decent little upset we got here.
Oh yeah. So all right, let's go to the next matchup here, and this is a little bit of a potential brick wall one, but we'll see. I know y'all are laughing about something.
I'm laughing at Nugget.
Oh man,
Nugget named his first dog Gizmo, but he fed him after midnight.
Oh man, the Terminator is going to go 1-on-1 with Top Gun, and yeah, I'm surprised Top Gun is a 14th seed. So this is a little bit of unfair matchup for Top Gun. But will it go on top, or will Top Gun be terminated? So I guess it's Brad. I think it's you.
I think you're right, man. No, okay. These are both these, and I've seen these go. I've seen like a dozen brackets at least, and this goes a different way every time. Everybody's got a different opinion about this. It really just kind of depends on things. Both of these movies are very much classics in their own right. Obviously, Terminator spawned a whole franchise. We're finally getting a sequel to Terminator this year, hopefully, and man, I gotta go with Terminator though. I'm just gonna go cut it short. Terminator for me all day. Arnold, this is my favorite Arnold movie here. This and the T2 obviously as well. Both of those are so good, and I like the horror elements of Terminator we get here. Kind of the slasher impact we have with him going out there and shooting Sarah Connor, blowing her away. Love Top Gun, man, but yeah, I love Top Gun, but I have to go Terminator here.
And you know, Brad, with your answer, you could be my wingman anytime. But unfortunately, I'll just have to say this. And Chris, you can pretty much just say your vote as I'll be back.
Interesting.
That's like, it's easy, Terminator. I like Top Gun, but I've watched Terminator for a rewatch lately. And dude, I'm just telling you right now, it has a chance for me to win it all for me. So Terminator.
I'm scanning responses right now.
What sound does he make?
You know, he's scanning his responses there. You know, fuck you, asshole.
Go away.
Yeah, I was like, go away. Yes, no. Why would that even be in there? Like he's been hanging out with humans for like a week, and it's already like yes, no, go away, fuck you, asshole. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean it's Terminator all day long. You know, if I'm being honest, I don't even like Top Gun that much. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, shots fired. It's fine, but I don't even like it that much. So Terminator.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Terminator, baby.
Man, let's go ahead and get to this next matchup before we get more unsubscribers for you saying you do not like Top Gun. So let's go with The Evil Dead. I know it says Evil Dead on there, but it's not the 2013 remake. It is The Evil Dead going 1-on-1 against Lethal Weapon. And this is a little bit of a unique and fun matchup as well. So I'm going first on this one. So let's see here. God, whatever. But let's see here. Tough matchup because Lethal Weapon's great with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. You want to jump? Well, that's fine by me. Like, that's so awesome. It's just it's good action too. I would even consider it's a Christmas movie. It had Christmas lights in it. So like, come on.
It does have Christmas lights.
Yeah. It does have Christmas lights.
Sound logic there.
Yeah. So, you know, I will have to pick that movie, you know, but not so fast. The Evil Dead I'm going to pick on this one just because like it is a great horror movie. Sam Raimi does an amazing job with the camera work in this and the claymation. Kind of like almost one of the first few times in the horror genre we get like full like effects of the claymation, and it's used really great. So we're gonna get you, Lethal Weapon. So The Evil Dead I'm picking.
Oh man, if I just want to record all the audio in here and just be able to just isolate certain events.
This is an underrated matchup. This is a tough matchup.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is it my go or are you fellas?
Yeah, yeah. It's your go, man.
It's okay. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I chose The Evil Dead 2, and I'm not gonna choose the Evil Dead. I went back and rewatched actually all the Lethal Weapons on Sunday. Had a little marathon here at the house with a 24 pack, and something struck me. I thought I forgot how much fun all of these are, and Evil Dead 2 I think is superior to The Evil Dead. It's a lot more fun, it's a lot more fleshed out. They obviously had a bigger budget to work with. Not that it doesn't, it's not a great flick. It still works for me. But Lethal Weapon, I think we only need one Evil Dead in the tournament here, and Lethal Weapon is, I think, underrated to a certain extent. It's a lot of fun, man. It really is. Yeah, nice. And so I love it, man. Lethal Weapon for me.
Tough matchup here, man. Evil Dead is one of the. I mean, this was one of the first reviews we did on the channel. Was Evil Dead, and
first franchise series.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell comes in with one of the best performances in the horror industry, man. Great time, one of the best characters, and Lethal Weapon's got the freaking dynamic duo of Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, man. Such a freaking classic, and later Joe Pesci, which is awesome, but man, I gotta go Lethal Weapon here too, man. It's such a rewatchable film. I love Evil Dead. I prefer the second one though, and yeah, Lethal Weapon is just endlessly rewatchable. You can watch it all the time. It's right up there with Die Hard. If Die Hard and Lethal Weapon end up facing each other in the championship, I'll be happy with it, man. That's a good freaking run of movies. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it'll go that far or not, but yeah, Lethal Weapon is just, it's synonymous, man, with the 80s, with the music and the vibes and Danny Glover and Mel Gibson hanging up in the shower and getting a little electrocuted in the morning for his wake up sesh. So yeah,
and that nice like borderline mullet that he had, I want.
Yeah, and it's dark. It's dark too, man. He's got the time where he's about to freaking off himself in the trailer, and I mean, it's intense.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Nah, man. You say it with me. You're not getting too old. We're not getting too old for this shit.
I'm getting too old for this shit. So let's just go ahead and move on to the next round. Busting my balls, man. So for the last matchup of the bottom left portion of the bracket, we got Full Metal Jacket, the number 2 seed, going 1-on-1 with freaking Rocky IV, man, the 15th seed. And from what I see some people's brackets, Rocky IV has a chance, man. Like it could be that Cinderella story if it's the Rocky profile. So Chris, with your banging tune, who do you got?
You know what, man? Full Metal Jacket is one of the absolute darkest war movies of all time for about an hour. I love it so much. Full Metal Jacket is really two movies put into one. I've always viewed it that way, and I love Stanley Kubrick. All right, he's one of my favorites of all time, and as much as I appreciate Full Metal Jacket for what it is, it's never made much sense to me in the sense that it is two different movies put in there, and it's kind of off-putting a little bit, honestly. So wait a second.
Oh, I thought you froze there for a minute. I was like, oh shit.
No,
he's having a change of heart, ladies and gents.
Go with your gut, man. Search your feet.
You know what, dude? Yeah, man. You know what? It's got to be Full Metal Jacket.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Going one direction and completely turned around. Okay.
I really did. You know what? Well, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I thought, yeah, man. I think I got to go with it. Honestly, I was just when Vincent D'Onofrio kills himself, I'm like, that kind of trumps everything, Yeah,
it does. It does. And you got Arlie Ermy in there as well. One of the best performances of all time. Obviously, you got Kubrick behind the camera again. Freaking one of the best filmmakers of all time.
Yeah, you know, I basically, you all just watch me talk myself into something. Really is what happened. I was like, you know what, it's Kubrick, and I won't take up a bunch of time. Y'all go ahead, man. But for me, it's Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah. Arlie Ermy, absolutely amazing. What Kubrick did with this film, is awesome. Like I know, and I agree. The second half is not nearly as entertaining. It's not near as captivating. It doesn't hold your attention as much. But the second half of the film is very much just as important as the first half. This whole thing is an anti-war film that Kubrick wanted to do behind the scenes, just talking about why we shouldn't be in this war and just against war in general. I guess is another reason. So there's a lot he was trying to say in this movie. The second half to me is just as important as the first, although not as entertaining. Rocky 4 to me, you guys know me though. You guys know I'm a freaking Rocky fanatic. If you guys know me, Rocky is my favorite franchise, man. It's right up there. But Rocky 4 is my second least favorite in the franchise, so I'm going to go with Full Metal Jacket.
All righty, man. Pretty much just in short, Rocky 4 is such a damn fun movie. Full Metal Jacket, yeah, I was disappointed with the second half of the movie, but holy hell, that first half of Full Metal Jacket alone immediately defeats anything that Rocky 4 can put up in a fight. So I'm going with Full Metal Jacket just for the first half of a movie alone.
Now, yes. Now, if it was Rocky 3, we might have a different conversation.
Oh, yeah, that would be a little bit of a tougher matchup right there. But, yeah, Full Metal Jacket, not even close.
Yeah, and I wanted to put some praise on Rocky there, but honestly, I don't think 4 is really the flick to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it were Rocky 1, 2, maybe 3, Rocky Balboa, I could probably go that way, but not 4.
Yeah,
not 5 either.
That's kind of what I was thinking there to myself. Like in the midst of all that, I was like, wow, I was going to go against it just because I don't like the how different it is from the first half to the second. Hey, fuck it, it's Full Metal Jacket. Let's move on, man. We're running out of time.
Alrighty, well, we have officially finished the left side of the bracket, so I say let's go ahead, go right in to the right side of the bracket. So let's start with the top right bracket here. While I show that up here, I got some comments I wanted to address. So let me go ahead and get to. Oh, and Flame for a Fluff, thanks for tuning in, my friend. We will see you later.
Thanks for dropping.
Gory Tiger says it's like March Madness, but in February. Yeah, we'll get to the real March Madness part of this tournament next week when we enter the month of March. And then we got Liz R saying Top Gun never got the hype over the Terminator. Ooh.
Some people feel that way.
Hey, that's awesome to see an opinion like that. So that's awesome. And then Mel says that Mel's the shit. So that's awesome. Mel loves Mel. And then Frank says one movie is kind of anti-war while the other is East versus West. And then, come on, nothing beats. He cuts.
He's cut. You see, he's not a machine.
Oh, man. Yeah, such a great line right there. So
he's like a piece of iron.
All right, so let's go to this first matchup here. Our third number 1 seed is the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, good old Indiana going one-on-one with freaking Tackleberry in Police Academy. So, Brad, go ahead and just start us off here.
Oh, it's Raiders all day. There's really not a lot to discuss here. I like Police Academy is a fun time, but Raiders is just it's way better.
Yeah, I'm just going to save everybody's time because we got to pick up another pace here, another little push here of this stream. I'm going with Raiders.
Enough said, boys. Raiders.
Fatality.
That was the easy one.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was pretty easy.
Like, Police Academy's fun, but just Indiana. Like, come on.
Yeah, we're looking at an iconic flick here, versus something that's just mildly fun and easily forgotten. Honestly, but I like Police Academy, but
it's a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up a poll on this one because this was a little bit of a brick wall situation as well. It's the Untouchables versus Racing Arizona. Brad, since we went so quickly, how about you start us off? Who do you got?
Yeah. Okay, so I actually just I'm kind of pulling a page out of Brett's book here. I just watched both of these for the first time recently. I watched Raising Arizona probably about 15 years ago. I didn't really remember it, but I rewatched it. Watch The Untouchables. I actually loved both of these movies, like both 4.5 out of 5s for me. We got the Coen brothers coming in very strong with one of my favorite performers of all time, Nick Cage. And then we got Sean Connery over here kicking ass with Kevin Costner in the Prohibition era. Great freaking break. Both of these are fantastic. This was a tough decision, but I had to go with Raising Arizona for this one just because of how like you could watch this. William Forsythe, dude, the freaking Breakfast Club from Rob Zombie's in this thing. I mean, come on, man. I'm all broken up over here, bitch.
I can't work.
he legit cannot work.
It's just so rewatchable, man. Whereas Untouchables is great, but I just it came into rewatchability for me in this one.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you do got such a great cast in Racing Arizona with Nick Cage, Holly Hunter, who you just said, because I'm not going to butcher his name because I like him too much. John Goodwin. We got the freaking bounty hunter guy. I literally thought Dog the Bounty Hunter was in this movie for a little bit. This is kind of like pre-Dog, the bounty hunter. But so like I gotta pick Raising Arizona, right? Not so fast. Yeah, I knew Brad saw that coming because Raising Arizona, just to me, it was just okay. Like I have fun with it. Like good old Nick Cage, you're gonna have fun with it. But The Untouchables, man, one of my favorite new first time watches of this series, of this tournament. Absolutely love Kevin Costner. He does such a great job. Freaking Sean Connery was freaking great in this role too. It's just so much fun. And Robert De Niro is in this. He delivers a strong performance like always. So it's The Untouchables for me.
That's the first rule of police work, my friend. I don't think that was a very good Sean Connery impression.
On the one hand, I loved Raising Arizona. When I was younger, it was another one that I watched with fair regularity and hadn't seen it in a while, and put it back on last week and went back to the well, and I liked it as much as I ever did, so I'm gonna pick it.
Yes.
Oh, who you got? Sorry, I just my mic cut out, or my headset cut out just for a second.
Man, I love The Untouchables. I love it, but
no, not the whole damn thing.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't.
You dumbass! I just want to know who you got.
No, yeah, I went Raising Arizona, man.
Okay,
that chase scene.
Got Arizona.
That chase scene, man. Man, that was awesome. When he's running, he's got the toilet paper. He's running down the street. You got cops hanging out windows with shotguns. Like it was
early so good. Coen brothers, man. It's hard to beat, honestly.
Yes, 100%. You had Frances McDormand in there too.
Yeah, and this is pre-Fargo too, right?
Yes,
right.
Thanks.
We're swinging.
Yeah, Fargo's 90s, right? 96.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. But all right, let's go to our next matchup, boys. We got Ghostbusters going to go 1-on-1 with Escape Room. Escape from New York. What the hell is wrong with?
Interesting. That was a nice read.
Yeah, close. No, just messing. But I'll go ahead and start this off. Man, if you want to pick who's going to win this particular matchup, I do have to make a phone call. And so I know what y'all are thinking. Who am I going to call?
Snake Plissken.
Ghostbusters. Damn right, I'm calling Ghostbusters all day, every day. Like, I love, hey, by the way, call him Snake. Call me Plissken. Like, all that is fun. And Donald Pleasance is in there as the president, like the evil president. I thought he delivered a good role in that. And that is such a very underrated John Carpenter flick. But it's just, come on, man. It's fucking Ghostbusters, man. The big giant marshmallow man. Like, how are you going to beat that? So I'm going with Ghostbusters.
Fucking Murray.
And by the way, rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. Rest in peace. So, Chris?
Yeah, Bubby. Nothing much else to add. I think that you pretty much nailed everything that I wanted to say. Yeah, John Carpenter, all that shit. Great. Ghostbusters, man. Come on, it's so iconic. It's you can't beat it. Come on, come on. Come on.
I concur. I think Escape from New York is actually one of my favorite John Carpenter flicks. Like it's in the probably top 3, maybe top 4. But I mean, it's freaking Ghostbusters. Come on, Bill Murray.
Oh, Nugget! we just got a freaking buy me a coffee donation from Nugget, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nugget. That's nice of you.
Dude, that's so awesome of you. Like, we don't try to promote that a whole lot on the channel, like, because we kind of feel weird about it. But yeah, we do have a buy me a coffee if you want to donate to the channel. Everything that's donated to the channel goes right back to you guys and to the channel to deliver you all the best product.
Yeah, that's and I know you need that money more than we do because you fed your freaking Gizmo after midnight, and he's probably torn up your house by now. But we very much appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. So thank you. And Brad, you went with Ghostbusters. So now, speaking of Ghostbusters, we're about to do a little segment called Movie Busters. I have a good feeling about this one. And Chris, I'm actually glad you're going first on this particular matchup.
God damn it.
We got Blade Runner going to go one-on-one with freaking Caddyshack, man. So, Chris, I know you're a fan of Blade Runner, but does it have what it takes to beat Caddyshack? Oh, shit. Well, I think we just officially just busted Chris's balls there.
I'm sorry, man. I had to put the headphones down just for a second. I was getting myself situated for what has to come next.
All right. We'll try and make... What the fuck?
You see, I had to put this 20th century, whatever it is, 18th century wig on here to get myself upright here, all right, to plead my case here, okay?
Freaking Judge Judy over there.
Now, listen. Okay, Caddyshack is hella fun, right? It's iconic of the 80s and all that bullshit, yada, yada, yada. But listen to me. See you, Rob. You missed the best part, brother. And I'm just kidding. But Blade Runner is, I mean, look, man, we wouldn't have half the sci-fi flicks that we have without Blade Runner, right? Honestly, it's really it's not just so much about what's fun at this point, about what's important, you know, what is important to these 80s flicks. And Blade Runner may be the most important of all because it opened the doors. Not just in terms of storytelling for sci-fi, but also with the effects that they made in there and everything, man. It made Ridley Scott and Harrison Ford even bigger stars than they were before. Order, man. It's Blade Runner. Come on. Surely someone has to see things my way. Please.
Brad, are you going to be backing up your honor, the judge, or are you going to be just freaking going all apeshit crazy and going to be tossing the sailor?
I know where both of you live.
I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry about this. I am. Look, it's not to say both of these I've only seen like one or two times, like very limited watches. I'm not the best judge here, and I apologize for that, man, because I know you like it. But I got to go with Caddyshack here, man. Upon first watch of both films, it was Caddyshack for me. It was Caddyshack for me, man. Blade Runner didn't do much for me. Granted, I'm going to watch it again. I'm down the road. I wanted to do it before the tournament. I just didn't get a chance.
You didn't do it before now? Oh, my God.
It's cool. It's
back
cool.
To the table
hey,
and you're like, you know what, bro? I gauged it all wrong.
We can appeal it later. It's fine. It's just upon first watch, it didn't do a lot for me, man. I love Harrison Ford. But it just, you know, it was fine. It was fine. It didn't blow me away. Neither did Caddyshack, to be fair. They're both in the same kind of boat. Caddyshack's just more fun.
Your Honor, do you mind if I approach the bench?
Friend, I've come to talk with you again. Yeah, come, please approach.
Okay. Well, listen, Your Honor. Blade Runner. I don't want to be tossing the sailor, so I'm going to have to pick with Blade Runner. But I am a rebel son of a bitch. So not so fast. I am picking Caddyshack on this one because it's so damn memorable. It's so damn funny with Bill Murray going, "It's in the hole. It's in the hole." Or like, why do we have to kill all the golfers? I don't think that's wise. No, not golfers, gophers. I freaking say that line at least once a week just because that line is so amazing. And Your Honor, I apologize. Blade Runner, it might be true if I did set up probably the sci-fi genre. However, there was a little movie that came first called Alien. That pretty much was a strong focal point of the sci-fi genre. However, but just it didn't do nothing for me with Blade Runner. I was just sit there incredibly bored out of my mind. I thought it was going to be like action packed, but it didn't bring that kind of action that I wanted. That's not what
it's about. And Aliens is in space. This is the Earthbound sci-fi.
Well, dude, it's like feature space, so it's almost the same thing. But yeah, and Frank's right too. Rutger, I thought he was great. I think he's one of the most underrated actors ever. I think he's great in everything
Oh,
that he
come on,
touches.
Frank.
I think
Everything in there, man. You got to see Daryl Hannah's titties. You got to see Harrison Ford in one of his best performances.
Well, last time I checked, Total Recall offers 3 titties, so screw that. So I'm going with Caddyshack.
Not Daryl Hannah's titties. Come on. This
Sorry.
wig is unbelievably. There's a lot coming off of it, man.
Yeah, welcome to the wig side of things, my friend. So let's go ahead, and I'm sorry, Your Honor, but case dismissed is Caddyshack for the win.
But you got to keep the wig on, though.
Yeah, gotta keep the wig on now. You're screwed there, buddy. So let's go ahead and go in.
Frank, you are right, brother. Full nude and splash. You're right, Bubby. You're right.
Dude, I could see like Chris, you and Frank just in a hot tub just chilling for hours. That would be a good show right there. Just talking about all things in life. But
well, we got to be in a hot tub
because Frank likes hot tubs. So
okay, well, touche.
Hey, everybody likes the hot tub. Even James Brown, hot tub. Gotta get in the hot tub. But anyways, let's do Stand By Me versus Hellraiser. Brad, who you got in this particular matchup?
Man, this was actually kind of tough. I love Clive Barker and Hellraiser, a brutal movie, man. But Stand By Me is just such a freaking great coming of age story. Freaking River Phoenix in here, R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go Stand By Me, man, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time with this. Like Hellraiser is an underrated horror flick that I think it needs a lot more love, and I think it's great. It's getting the remake or the reboot later on this year. I know we'll cover that onto the channel when it comes out. But at this point, Stand By Me was the first time watch, which again, freaking Corey Feldman. He's just in every damn kid movie imaginable. And Doug Bradley, if for some reason you're watching this, because I'm meeting you this Saturday for Atlanta Days of the Dead horror convention. I want you to sign my Blu-ray. I don't want you to give me that stare or just put me in suffering. I'm going with Stand By Me.
Yeah, because of the train sequence too, man. I mean, that was great.
Oh, dude, that was freaking nerve-wracking. I thought Corey Feldman was going to get run over by the beginning of the movie.
Now, if you put this up against Pennywise, the first one, now you're talking a competition. Very similar story.
Yeah, fellas. Same thing. I don't. Hellraiser is fine. I mean, I know that it's kind of, it has its fans and it's built an entire franchise, but oddly enough, Stand By Me, the entire time that we talked about this, like when we were deciding the list, I always get this flick confused with Stand and Deliver, because I was like, oh yeah, Edward James Olmos. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah. But no, I actually went back and I know that I've seen this as a child or something. But going back and watching it was almost like a first time watch for me because I hadn't seen it in ages. So I enjoyed the hell out of it, man. I mean, it seems like a quintessential 80s coming of age flick. So Stand By Me, man. Yeah.
Alrighty, so that is officially a fatality right there. So Stand By Me over Hellraiser. You know what I just realized? We should totally skip the matchup.
Did we?
Yeah. So,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So my bad. I just wanted to get to Stand By Me, guys. So that's why. So let's go in a little bit of a unique matchup right here too. We got the future of Mad Max to the Road Warrior, or we could just go to the good old side of Beverly Hills for Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy. So I guess I am first, right, Brad?
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go first. Man, both of these were first time watches, and Mad Max, it was good. Mel Gibson was good in it. I just think the story is just kind of stupid. Like, we're gonna go for gas, and so we can ride our motorcycles or our bike. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm like, well, bitch, I think food is more important than oil or oil and gas. I think and I think that's a little bit more important. So that's why I'd rather just hang out with my boy, freaking Eddie Murphy, and just freaking put bananas in freaking car pipes and all that and see what the hell happens. Plus, I think it's just a more enjoyable movie too. And it's just freaking Eddie Murphy going. That freaking seals the deal with me in this matchup, so I'm going with Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, Chris, what are you gonna go with?
Oh, Bubby. I love Beverly Hills Cop. Honestly, a lot of fun. I went back and rewatched it. Hadn't seen it in years, really, and honestly hadn't given it much thought. And it's still a lot of fun. But I listen. Mad Max is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I love everything about it. It just is kind of like why I want to watch movies. You know what I mean? So it's Mad Max for me, the Road Warrior.
Okay, Brad, you're the deciding factor right here.
Of the original run of Mad Max films, Mad Max 2 is definitely, I think, the best of those movies. I mean, the first one's pretty fun too. Fun's not a good word for it, but it's a good movie. It's solid. Great times. Mel Gibson in his prime.
Unique, if nothing else, right?
Definitely freaking unique. Yes, but Beverly Hills Cop, man, bananas and tailpipes. Alex Foley out here tearing up the streets. It's got Neil in this thing from the Santa Claus. And it's got even Jonathan Banks in here from Breaking Bad, young version with hair still. This is a prequel to Breaking Bad, actually, and his character. So I think
damn,
it's true. I just got to go with that. It's one of my favorite roles from Eddie Murphy of all time, and he's one of the greatest. So
Did you not see Norbit? Come on, man.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he's had
plenty of other fucking.
But he's also, he also did freaking I Spy with Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, baby, yeah, that was a good one. Underrated.
The leafy bug.
But man,
what you know about the leafy bug, sissy? Hell yeah, dude. I remember that.
Sexual healing.
Before we get to this next matchup, because I got to do a poll for this next particular matchup because this is, to me, another brick wall. But just the results of the last brick wall poll, the Untouchables with 10 votes, 80% the Untouchables, 20% Racing Arizona. So apparently you two assholes chose wrong.
Wow. Well, did we, though? Because it's moving on. It's moving on, BrettMan.
Son of Dylan, you son of a bitch. So, Chris, we'll let you go first on this next one, and I'll get the poll here up shortly. We got Ferris Bueller's Day Off against the Karate Kid. A very tough matchup right here. So, Chris, who do you got?
Please, Birdie, the Karate Kid. We're running low on time, and I won't give a whole big spiel. It's Ferris Bueller's for me, for reasons we talked about before, the nostalgia factor of it. I grew up with it. I watched it a hell of a lot more than the Karate Kid. And, it still holds up to this day. People are still spoofing it. I mean, let's fucking look at Deadpool, right? A couple of years ago, he's doing the whole thing there at the end. Just super iconic, man. Some of the most lovable characters in all of cinema. And you can't help but have fun with it, man. I don't give a damn who you are. It's just a lot of fun for everyone. So Ferris Bueller's for me.
Brad?
Man, and speaking of unofficial prequels, Connor Roy, this is his origin story here in Ferris Bueller. Like his dad is very clearly Logan Roy from the Succession in this movie. But man, I mean, both of these movies, this is actually one of the tougher matches with the bracket. Love freaking Ferris Bueller, man, but I got to go with Karate Kid here. I love a good underdog story. Same director from Rocky. Great time. You got freaking Mr. Miyagi coming in, kicking some ass, and I mean, freaking Cobra Kai's done nothing but add to that legacy, man. And I got to go Karate Kid here, man. The All Valley, the Sun Valley tournament.
I bet you wouldn't say the same if you hadn't watched Cobra Kai.
No, I still would, man. Karate Kid, man. Daniel-san is absolutely fantastic, man. And you got the wax on, wax off, all these life lessons he's throwing at his ass, and all that good stuff, man. And it's just it's iconic. You get the skeleton Halloween outfits when they're kicking some ass out there. The shower freaking pranks, all that stuff, man. It spawned a franchise, and the second one's pretty good too.
Guys, while y'all are talking about Karate Kid, just time is flying by, man. You gotta appreciate the little things in life, So I'm just gonna go ahead and just let you know. I love Karate Kid, like you all say. Y'all brought up great points. Wax on, wax off. The freaking the crane kick, all of it's just epic. However, Ferris Bueller was a first time watch for me, and I will let you know of all the first watches to prepare for this tournament. This is my favorite first time watch. Absolutely love this movie. So I'm going with Ferris Bueller's Day Off with the win.
All right, man. No, BrettMan's coming in.
I'm telling you, I'm going to be busting brackets up with my first time watches.
You have been busting some brackets today, man. You busted my bracket all over the place.
Yeah,
that's
sorry,
cool though, man. That's cool. It's fine. It's good. It's all good.
And I am glad Destiny's not here. She's doing the show on Instagram right now, so we could quickly talk about how much the Princess Bride will dominate Sleepaway Camp. So, who wants to go first on this one?
Yeah, Princess Bride.
Yeah, it's Princess Bride, and I love Sleepaway Camp. It's fun, but Princess Bride is the ultimate fairy tale. You can't beat it.
Damn it, man! Whose idea was it to even include Sleepaway Camp?
Fuck you!
That went on for some time, dude. That was.
I'm just kidding, Birdie. Yeah.
Just so you guys know, Sleepaway Camp was the last movie to get added to this bracket.
Yeah.
So,
Brad,
cool.
who you got?
Oh, Princess Bride all day. Yeah.
You
got
know what?
Inconceivable.
I just said
Inconceivable.
That word inconceivable. I do not think you know what. I can't talk right now. So we're moving on right now. So I'm
Ignacio Ventura. What's his name again?
My name is Ignor Matonia. You killed my father. Prepare to die. But so yeah, we are in the last bit of the bracket right here. We appreciate 6 of you. Like I know we started kind of like with 15 in height. So you 6, great job. Thank you for sticking with us. So we're gonna go ahead and quickly go to the last part of the bracket, the bottom right, and we'll let that sit there for a minute. I want to get some of these comments in. Of y'all want to see a dead body? I'm not sure if I want to, Frank.
That was from Stand By Me.
Stand and Deliver. Yeah. Stand and Deliver, the math movie.
Yeah.
And Cole asked, or Cole said, "Still afraid of leeches."
Also, Stand By Me. Yeah.
And Frank said, "Do you think Stand By Me is the unofficial prequel to The Lost Boys?" You know, I feel like it very well could be, just because freaking Corey Feldman again, and every damn kid movie imaginable.
Yeah, dude, that's we had 3 unofficial prequels in that last bracket, just so you know.
And then Beverly Hills Cop and Mad Max kind of have a soundtrack that works with each other. You know what? It kind of really does. Like I can imagine some Beverly Hills into the freaking wasteland world.
That's a good point, Frank. That score for Beverly Hills Cop is fantastic, dude. It's that's a song that the main theme song is just it still lives on today.
Oh man, Nugget is getting ahead with this freaking best Christmas movie ever of Die Hard. We will get to it last. You gotta save the best for last. So let's go ahead and go with this the last side of the bracket. Back to the Future versus Pet Sematary. To me, this is the toughest 1/16 seed match of the entire tournament because I'll go ahead and go first. Sorry. I love Pet Sematary. It has a great premise, great tone, great atmosphere, dark tones. However, it's just freaking Back to the Future, man. Like, great Scott, man. This movie is freaking excellent. So I'm going with Back to the Future.
Great Scott.
Yeah, am I up?
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, yeah, no worries, man. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it, dude. It's Back to the Future for me. Love Pet Sematary. A lot, honestly. Probably one of my, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite Stephen King adaptation, but very good. I really enjoyed the hell out of it. But Back to the Future, iconic as all hell. 2 of the best characters, people know and recognize pretty much anywhere. So Back to the Future.
Yeah, man, I gotta agree with you guys. I will say Pet Sematary is one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations out there. It can't compete with Back to the Future. It's got a tough first round matchup. There's a lot of matchups that could have won on here for me, but this isn't one of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely agree.
Victor Pascal is looking at me right now. He's sitting right over there.
So let's go to this next matchup between E.T., the extraterrestrial, against an American Werewolf in London. And we have to be careful with this answer because the Slaughterland, one half of the Slaughterland podcast is in the chat right now. So, Chris, who do you got?
Oh, man, you're going to put it on me? Love American Werewolf in London. This was probably one of the only first-time watches for me. So it was a lot of fun, and I had seen an American Werewolf in Paris, which was kind of like a reboot, remake kind of thing that came out in the late 90s. And so I went back and watched this one. A lot of praise for the practical effects and everything that happened in there, but E.T. is so iconic, and it still kind of has that nostalgia factor that we talked about earlier, and so is E.T.
All righty, Brad.
For me, I'm gonna go with American Werewolf in London, man. E.T. doesn't do a lot for me. I love the effects of the little creature. You know, he looks cool. Drew Barrymore is a lot of fun in this thing, as is the dude from Jack Torrance, Ill House, you name it.
Henry Thomas, baby.
Yes, thank you, Henry Thomas.
Midnight Madness.
Midnight Mass. Oh, wait.
Oh, I didn't say Midnight Madness. Sorry.
Well, either way, he's freaking Mike Flanagan's boy these days. Oh shit, these days. Love that guy, but man, I just Slaughtered Lamb, man. Those are. Yeah, those guys are great. The American Werewolf in London, man, it just has some of the best effects of all time. It created the Academy Award for best special effects, and I mean it's just creepy as hell. Oh yeah, there we go. Here we go. And yeah, man, I got to go with that. It was awesome.
Yeah, and again, I'm not going to waste a lot of time. E.T. is great. I'll be honest with you. As a man, it did tear me up at the end where E.T. had to freaking leave. That freaking teared me up. However, Frank is in the chat. I think we pissed him off too much. So I think we got to bring a little joy to his life, to him and Darren for the Slaughterland podcast. So here is your slowly trying to make it up to you. I'm picking American Werewolf in London, mainly due to the fact that special effects and that transformation scene is one of the greatest practical effect works I've ever seen in my entire life. So I am going with an American Werewolf in London in the next round.
E.T. just phoned home.
Yeah.
So I can live with that one, man. This wasn't one that I felt strongly about. I went with E.T., but I didn't feel like Blade Runner. I felt very strongly about this one, not so much.
Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead. I think this is going to be a little bit of a quick vote right here. We got Airplane going 101 against Batman from 1989. So Brad, I have you down to go first.
Oh yeah, man. We'll just cut to the chase here, man. The little bats is sleeping. Now, of course, it's Batman here, man. This is Airplane for me is one. I know I talked about it in our pre-show last week. It's not one that I really care much for. I can see where it comes from, creating the spoof genre, but for me, I'm just not into that kind of comedy for the most part. It just doesn't do a lot for me. Batman to me, this is one of my favorite franchises as well. Yeah, and this is one of the better movies in that. Jack Nicholson's performance as the Joker is amazing, as is Michael Keaton. So rewatchable. Batman all day.
And Brad, surely you cannot be serious.
Don't call me Shirley.
Oh, well, fuck you then. But I hate to say this because Airplane was also one of my favorite new watches because I love spoof movies. To see like the one that kind of, like you said, Brad, started the spoof genre of airplane. I thought it was just so damn hilarious. It's just such a good time. Just a way, if you want to just be goofy for an hour and a half, like 90 minutes, that's your movie. But if we're talking about what movie is better, you can't go wrong. The Keats, man. Keats and Jack Nicholson fighting each other as Batman and the Joker, and an amazing performance by Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Upset. I'm going with Batman.
Yes.
Airplane. No, I'm just kidding. It's Batman. Come on. I mean, yeah, not gonna waste any time. It's Batman.
Fatality.
The devil in the pale moonlight. He said right there.
Hell yeah. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. And Frank also says, "Have you ever seen a grown man naked? You like movies about clay?" Oh yeah, from Airplanes. That's great. I just love the intro to Airplane too, where it's the Jaws joke. Oh man, so I hate.
What's your vector, Victor? What's your clearance, Clarence?
Oh yeah, Roger. What? But yeah, I wish Airplane went up against another matchup like Evil Dead 2 because I probably would have picked Airplane. But Anyways, let's go to the next one. We got Return of the Jedi going up against Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So is the Force strong with Return of the Jedi, or is the Force strong with the titties in Fast Times?
Wow, nice work. Hell yeah.
I know you're a happy man on this one because you get to go first on this.
Hell yeah, dude. Listen to me. Nothing pleases me more than titties, but fuck them. I love Return of the Jedi. It's one of my favorites. It's probably my top 10 of all time. I think the only time I've ever made a top 10, it made it to the list. So it's Return of the Jedi for me. I don't, whatever.
This matchup was a lot closer than I anticipated it being, man. This is one I actually put a lot of thought into, and I almost considered the upset of I guess it's an upset probably. The 13 over the 4. But Return of the Jedi, I got to go there still, man. I've always enjoyed that one. As a kid, that's the one I watched the most and enjoyed the most. I've grown to like it the least in the original trilogy now, but I still love it. It's still awesome, and it's going to win here today.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? In this pick, I'm giving a shout out to Steve Merlo because this is, I believe, his favorite Star Wars movie. So I'm going with Return to the Jedi as well. Fast Time at Ridgemont High was my first time watch, so I had a good time with it. But come on, man, that space battle of the Return of the Jedi, that's all I freaking need over titties. So I'm going with Return of the Jedi.
Hell yeah, dude. That.
And plus, I got Carrie Fisher in that awesome freaking slave suit. So, like, come on.
That's true. You do, man. You do.
Yeah. So we're moving on to the next one. Damn.
But you don't. Does it have Forrest Whitaker in it though? Like tearing people out on the. Field.
But look at that right there. Phoebe Cates versus Slave Leia. Like Phoebe Cates is absolutely gorgeous. She's also in Gremlins too.
That's right.
But like, dang man. But Slave Leia, like, come on.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't.
Maybe this matchup can be better. So we got some actually, I believe Danner Banner actually says this is his favorite comedy of all time of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles going up against the freaking paranormal movie over there of Poltergeist by Steven Spielberg. So, Brad, actually, I think this is me now. So, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles had a good time with it, but I just don't think it's a little what we call a little overhyped with how funny it is and all that. So I just thought it was okay. Like, still good time. Steve Martin and John Candy have good chemistry, but I'm going to give this one to Poltergeist, man. I think this is one of Steven Spielberg's one of his underrated films. It's just there's so much like going there, like they're here, and the freaking clown doll just creating all kinds of chaos. And the most underrated scene in that whole movie that scares the shit out of me is the melted face scene, staring at the mirror. That one always freaks me out. So I'm going with Poltergeist on this.
Technically, it's a Tobe Hooper film, but unofficially,
I could have swore Steven Spielberg was behind that, though.
Yeah, he pretty much was, but it technically was directed by Tobe Hooper.
Okay, well, shit.
I think he gets the credit, but it was a like by proxy of Steven Spielberg, right?
Yeah, it was a collaboration. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that, it's up for Tobe Hooper though.
Oh, and Chris, before you go, real quick, Brad, who was that one guy with John Goodman in Raising Cain?
Raising Cain, the chicken joint?
No, not Raising Cain. Raising Arizona.
That's William Forsythe, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot to play this.
I mean, it's a goddamn rat, man.
Unbelievable. You need to get the one where the guy says, he called me a chicken fucker from the Devil's Reject.
Must you always got me?
Oh, man. But
He popped your lips like that.
But anyways, Chris, who do you got between Poltergeist and what's going on, Nick Cooling and Gory Tiger? I know, my fault. It's Tobe Hooper. So, Chris, go ahead.
Nick? I'm sorry. Honestly, between these two, I like both of these. For me, it's this is an interesting matchup. I don't really have much for Poltergeist, man. It's fine. It's a fine flick. I just find myself having a little bit more fun, and not that I love PTA, but I think I have a little bit more fun with it. This is just kind of a weird matchup for me, so I go with Planes and Trains, man.
Oh, okay. So, Brad, it's up to you.
It's a toughie, man. Poltergeist has a lot of going for it, man. It is one of the better horror films of the 80s for sure. That's why it's on the list right here. Very charming. Spawned a franchise. Planes, Trains.
Use
Great
real
cast.
skeletons.
Yeah, that's true. A great cast in Planes, Trains. Steve Martin's the man. John Goodman. No, John Candy.
John Goodwin.
Man, I gotta go Planes, Trains, man. I watch this one every November. It's so funny. This is like the original version of Due Date, which is also pretty good here. And man, I just got to go with it. Such a good fun ride, a good little road trip movie, and yeah, it's got some emotional moments in it as well, man. John Candy was great.
Oh yeah, John Candy's a freaking legend. That's why I learned to appreciate with all these watches with him in it. So speaking of John Candy, let's get his own individual movie in this matchup here, even though it's going up against The Thing. So we got The Thing versus Uncle Buck. And Chris, your move, my friend.
Interessante. You know what, man? Go back and upon rewatch of both of these, I actually like Uncle Buck a lot more than I remember. But I still like The Thing more. Fuck it.
Alrighty, Brett.
Man, this was again a very underrated matchup here. Uncle Buck, you got Macaulay Culkin in there, freaking rocking and rolling. You got Unbreakable China in here. Man, it's so good. But The Thing, yeah, man, Kurt Russell, again, one of my favorite John Carpenter movies, probably my second favorite John Carpenter movie here. Kurt Russell is on point, and yeah, I just got to go with it. That atmosphere, those vibes, and that score.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about freaking isolation horror with Alien, freaking The Thing, dude, had what we call, it was just very chilling, you know. Okay, I'm done with the puns, but I hate that Uncle Buck has to go up against The Thing. Because like I loved Uncle Buck, I think it's so damn good. Easily it's my favorite John Candy film, especially when he's talking about gnats and the hatchet. I thought that scene is great. And of course, eating off the mole of the lady. But come on, man, Kurt Russell playing a game of chess with the computer and calling her a cheating bitch. How can you not love that? So I'm going with John Carpenter's The Thing.
Good call, BrettMan.
So let's go. We got two more matchups here, and then we will close it out for the night. Man, we have been having such a great time tonight. But oh yeah, so let's freaking just end this strong, with one last push for our last brick wall matchup. I kind of consider a brick wall matchup between A Nightmare on Elm Street versus Beetlejuice. So I think this here, Brad, you're up on this one.
What a tough matchup! This again is on the my list of toughest matchups for the first round. Man, two classics. Wes Craven comes in here strong with one of his best movies of all time, spawns a franchise and an iconic horror character here. Great atmosphere, the scariest that Friday Nightmare on Elm Street gets. It's awesome. On the other side of the spectrum, you get freaking Tim Burton coming in with another Michael Keaton freaking performance here. That's fantastic. With
that guy fucking owned the 80s, dude.
He did.
He's
man.
Still a great actor, but he owned the fucking 80s, man.
He absolutely did, man. Killed this role. Winona Ryder, Alec Baldwin, you name it, they're there. We're having a good time in this movie. A Nightmare, though, for me, man. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Almost a perfect movie. It gets a little weird at the end, but I absolutely love it.
Ayo.
It's a tale.
They're not coming. We wanna go home. But I'm sorry. Even Michael Keaton, great. It's showtime. Like, hey, if you buy this, you get a free exorcism. Like, oh, it's so freaking great on Beetlejuice. It's so much fun. But I just overall with the movie, I think it's just okay. A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think I said this before, but just in case, with A Nightmare on Elm Street, if it would fix those last damn 5 movies, those last 5 minutes of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, I would almost consider that as the greatest horror movie of all time and easily better than Halloween. That's just my opinion on that, because I think A Nightmare on Elm Street brings everything you need in a horror slasher film. So I'm going with A Nightmare on Elm Street, even though I think Chris liked those last 5 minutes of Nightmare on Elm Street because it does have that sex doll being pulled in through the window.
No, I didn't mind that scene, but A Nightmare on Elm Street is by far my least favorite horror franchise. It's Beetlejuice for me. I was hoping that I would get the upset on this one. Yeah. I love Beetlejuice so much. I fucking watch it still all the time. If I catch it on, I'm going to watch it. And Freddy has never really done much for me. It's entertaining, but it's not something that I don't think I've ever gone back to the well for, outside of like Halloween or something like that. I'll put it on. But it was Beetlejuice for me, man. So I was really pulling for that. I was hoping that we would get the upset there, but I guess not.
Damn, I'm sorry, man. We bust your balls on that and Blade Runner.
Honestly, the left side, I don't think that anything that I voted for lost, and the right side, I don't think anything I voted for has won. So, I guess it balances out.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go, guys. We're at the hour 45-minute mark. So let's freaking just finish this strong with the last matchup of round 1 of Die Hard versus Child's Play. I pretty much see if Chris went last, so I guess it's my turn with this. So I'll go ahead and just go. What the hell? Child's Play, it's a good movie. It doesn't age very well, especially you can just tell when it's like a tiny human walking and all that, but the electronics of the Chucky doll is pretty unique and fun. It's just the fact of a killer doll that's freaking scary, man. Like a child's toy that's supposed to bring you comfort. But freaking John McClane, man, freaking jumping off freaking big tall buildings. I have a machine gun. Ho ho ho! Freaking Hans Gruber, one of the most iconic villains in cinema history, with Alan Rickman, R.I.P. Like, it's just, I love that movie, man. Plus, just Bruce Willis was so important to the action genre too, because he brought a whole different of what it means to be an action hero star. Because we had these big bulky guys like Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Willis kind of wasn't that. He was like your average day man, and he freaking kicked so much ass, and he did it fucking barefooted too. And it's also one of my favorite skits we've done for the channel too, with the Die Hard series, especially with Die Hard 3, one of my all-time favorite skits of all time. Even though I'm still recovering with my house blowing up, so I'm going with Die Hard on this one.
Brick by brick, my friend.
Yeah, Yippee Ki Yay, Die Hard, man. Child's Play.
Yeah, we even got a rating system on our channel called Yippee Ki Yay. So what does that tell you?
It tells you a lot.
Welcome to the party, pal. It's Die Hard for me, man. Although Andy, you forgot your books. None of these are my books. That's a remake, I know, but
that's still funny, though. It's like, these aren't books.
Yeah, look, none of these are my books. But yeah, Die Hard for me, man.
Yeah, look, man, Child's Play is my favorite of the franchise, the original, the OG, the classic, and I still love this movie. I think it's fantastic, but Die Hard is just a tough matchup for me, man. Oh, come down to the coast, we'll get together, we'll have some laughs. Yeah, it's got to be Die Hard here, man, all day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to the coast with John McClane any day. McClane.
I was going to say McClane. Come on, fellas. Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, guys, that's round 1. And, just
filled with heartbreak.
Yeah, filled with heartbreak, filled with upsets. We pretty much anything you wanted to can expect out of the first round, we deliver it to you, and we hope you all had a great time. 8 people in the chat, you guys are awesome. You all have been so awesome in the chat. Again, I apologize we couldn't get to all of your comments. We wanted to, but we just wanted to get through this round 1. Hopefully next week it gets a little bit easier addressing the chat. But man, guys, any last words before we just freaking close out?
No, freaking awesome first round. I'm glad we're able to. That was a lot of content tonight. Thanks for sticking with us. I know we had to freaking talk a lot and get through all that. Hopefully, obviously, the matchups are only going to get better from here. So we're going to have more discussions, more polls, more tough matchup, more brick walls, as BrettMan puts it. And it's going to be a lot of fun, man. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be drinking a Red Bull for the next stream too. God,
Red Bull, yeah, Robert De Niro. Oh yeah.
John Goodwin.
Freaking A, guys. But yeah,
John Goodwin,
again,
Terminator. We've got a lot today.
Oh, dude, yeah, I know. And again, it's just the tip of the iceberg, man. And we got a lot more to come. So stay tuned to next Wednesday, 7 o'clock for round 2 for 16 matchups this time around. And I will post the results on our Facebook page and all of our socials tomorrow, along with kind of like a closer few brackets. So you kind of like not. So you kind of see the results, but it's a little bit of a cleaner bracket. And then I'll also post for everybody that entered our little contest with their brackets. I will post them on our Facebook group as well. So keep an eye on that. And coming soon to the channel, we'll be working with other YouTubers on July 25th. The Halloween Scream review series, which is we're working with a bunch of YouTubers covering the entire Halloween franchise leading up to Halloween ends. So each week we'll be releasing our particular reviews for each of our channels for every movie in the Halloween franchise. We will do more discussion on that when it gets closer, and with like providing a schedule of when certain reviews are going to be dropped. But yeah, I'm good, guys. Are you good?
All good, man. Good to go.
All right.
Yeah,
awesome time.
Close
awesome
it out,
time.
man. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in, man. It's been a hell of fun.
Yeah,
and still make brackets, guys. Still, even though the first round's over, still fill out your bracket from the beginning. We just want to know what it looks like, and we'll be sharing those as well over the course of the next few weeks.
Yeah, but just the ones we show off tonight, they're going to be competing for a particular prize. So we'll just see who wins out of those. So we're going to close out for the evening and the night. So thank you so much, and we will see you next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, round 2 for the real March Madness. So we'll see you later, guys.
Thanks
Peace
again.
out. Woo!